Egg freezing is becoming mainstream. More and more companies are offering fertility benefits, including egg freezing, in their overall benefits package. But like with any new tech, unforeseen problems have arisen, leaving women to grapple with emotional, ethical, and even legal issues that weren't on the radar even a decade ago. Which begs the question, when women are deciding to freeze their eggs and embryos, do they really know everything they're getting into?
I was getting a little older, and so I think at that point I was maybe 38. And so we decided, let's make sure to freeze some embryos because I'm not getting younger.
Minnie Ingersoll has a big decision to make. In general, IVF often takes multiple rounds of egg extraction to ensure a pregnancy, which can be extremely costly and has a limited success rate. On top of that, patients undergoing IVF also have to pay to store their eggs. Minnie, who already had 2 older children, has since had another child with one of those frozen embryos. But she has another 3 embryos still in storage. She and her husband aren't sure they want to try for a 4th child. So the question is now, what does she do with those remaining embryos?
It's been pretty interesting for me to get educated on what our options are. And I was thinking there's really 4 main options. You can keep your embryos frozen, you can dispose of them, you can donate them to someone, or you can donate them to research. And actually, the 5th option that a lot of people take is they just stop paying the bills. And essentially, doctors then have to decide what to do with the frozen embryos.
This is a possibility for a lot of women who either are looking to get pregnant, but also women who have frozen their eggs and are now considering, okay, I have these extra eggs, I have these extra embryos in some cases, what should I do? And what's the legality around that?
So if you're a woman and you're thinking, do I want to put my extra embryos up for adoption? Or you're somebody thinking, I'd like to consider embryo adoption, you're still faced with a really murky area. Technically, embryos are not people, although there have been state courts that have tried to treat them as people, but they keep getting knocked down by higher courts. What we do is we treat embryos as special property. So you could assign ownership to the person who wants to, quote unquote, adopt the embryo. You could leave the embryo to the clinic and say you can use it for research if you want. But should somebody decide to challenge us, let's just say, I'm the woman, I split with my partner, we made the embryo together, I'm giving it up for adoption, then out of the blue comes my old partner friend and he says, I don't want anybody making babies out of these embryos, you're in for a court fight. Because there's no rules that are going to settle that.
A court fight between actress Sofia Vergara and her ex-fiancé represents a high-profile example of this issue in action. In 2017, after a 2-year legal battle over the couple's unused frozen embryos, a federal judge in Louisiana dismissed the case, saying the court had no jurisdiction over their embryos.
You're a little bit left at the whim of the judge that you get in the state where you live. There are very few rules. And I'm going to predict there will never be any rules.
When women seek out information about egg freezing and IVF, they should be educated on more than just the process, the cost, and the potential for failure. They should be informed that they may have to make future decisions about their biological material. It's important because some women may feel more strongly than others about what happens to their eggs and embryos, showing that this technology has far-reaching implications both personally and for society at large.